Alright, here we got Soundwave in his alt mode, which is that of a Cybertronian armored vehicle. At least that's what they refer to him on the packaging, as a armored vehicle or armored car of some kind. This, of course, is based off the War for Cybertron video game, so that's what this character design and alt mode design are based from. Let's zoom in here and kind of look at the detail on him a little bit up close. I think they did a pretty good job with the alt mode. It is a little different. It's kind of plain looking. When I saw the pictures of this guy, I didn't think I'd really like him that much, but now that I actually have him, I think it comes off better in person than in pictures. I do wish, however, that they maybe could have painted something on here or maybe did some molding here. I think it would have broke up the shape here a little bit more, because it's mostly just a big blue square, you know. So I think they could have added a little more detail here. Understandably, though, this is a Cybertron style vehicle, so there's no need for windows on it because there's no people riding inside. So I think that's kind of why it looks a little funky or a little plain, as it were, in the alt mode. But anyways, it does have this little like kind of like neon kind of purple accents here on the hubcaps, here on the side and on the back. That kind of runs throughout here. I think there's some more when you get them in the robot mode. You'll be able to see a little bit more of that. And obviously here, this is going to be his chest, and it's kind of, you know, a callback there to the original G1 toy with the cassette deck door there. It's got the little painted on Decepticon logo or emblem, and it's got this little like plow thing here in the front. Now you can kind of just pull this down if you don't want to stick in straight out, and just kind of leave it like that, so it looks more kind of like a grill of some kind, but I like to leave it out. And these two little points here on either side, you can actually rotate those down like so and kind of do like a little scoop type of look to it. So I kind of like it like that. I think it looks kind of cool, like a battering ram almost of some kind. Look at the rear here. They did a pretty good job here on the rear. No real big gaps. There's a bit of a gap there, but it's not too bad. And here's the top of him. It does have a few little gaps here and there, but overall it's not bad. And then the underside is pretty well done. Like I said, it does roll good. It's got some nice good wheels on there. He didn't come with any other real accessories other than his little blaster guns and stuff. And I got those right here. So that's them there. So they're obviously modeled after his G1 weapons. He's got his little like shoulder mounted like Gatling gun, it looks like there, and then his little hand blaster. This part here does retract in, so you can just kind of push that in. And you can store these inside here in the vehicle. I'm not going to do that now. I'll talk about it when we get them in the robot mode. But you can mount these on the outside of the vehicle here. There's some little ports here in the back or the rear of the vehicle that kind of just let that peg in there like so. And you can peg this other one in here like so. So yeah, now he's kind of armored actually. And quickly, let's do a little bit of a size comparison here. I got Cybertron, or War for Cybertron Optimus Prime, or / Generations Optimus Prime. So there he is there with Soundwave. So you can see they're roughly about the same size. I think Soundwave is a little bit shorter than Optimus, but not by much. So yeah, and these are both deluxe class figures. So let's get him out of the way. And before we move on here, let's talk about the packaging here. Here is his package there, and you can see there it refers to him as armored vehicle mode. And there's his little robot mode there, stat display, and I'll just kind of read off the bio here to you. It says, Soundwave is one of the most sophisticated electronics and communications expert on Cybertron. His body is heavily armored and shielded to protect the sensitive communications gear hidden within, where he stores every byte of information he collects. He is a living storehouse of secrets. No one trusts him, but everyone understands that the data he holds could destroy them all. So yeah, that's just a little brief little bio on him there. So that'll pretty much do it here with a look at his alt mode and his accessories. And next up, we'll get into the robot mode and transformation. Okay, so to transform this guy, the first thing you're going to want to do is to take off these little weapons here, if you do have them mounted on here. Just kind of get those out of the way. And you want to start here on the roof. This is actually his feet here, so you just want to kind of pop them off here or unhook them here, like so. You just kind of snap on there, like that. They're kind of like spring-loaded almost, and it'll just kind of raise up like that. Okay, and then what you want to do is just kind of unhook his legs here, just rotate them back like that, so you can see his legs there. And then you can just rotate this whole assembly down like that. And let's finish up his legs. What you want to do next would be is just to rotate this portion here with the wheel in it, and that should just twist around here like that. It'll kind of snap into place like that. And then you want to do his feet here, and these are actually facing backwards, so you want to rotate them around. This is going to be the front of his legs here, this part here being the front. And there's some little springs here. These are kind of like on little springs that push them out. So what you want to do is take this little tab here and lock it into this little hole. So kind of push it over so it lines up, and then just snap it in like that. Same thing on this side, like that. And that's going to do his feet there and legs, as you can see there. Next up, you want to just kind of rotate this whole assembly up and just kind of lock it into place there like that. Make sure it's in there secure. And now let's pan up here and do his arms. You just kind of unhook these here and just rotate them back like that, like that. And then you should be able to just kind of pull these apart here. These will kind of snap apart here. Let's see. Actually, you know what? You need to get his tires here out of the way. So take these and just kind of fold them back. Now you should be able to bend these down. I kind of got it halfway done there, but yeah. So you can just pull those apart, and that's going to reveal his head. There's his arms, and just flip these panels down right here and right here, like that. Just rotate his arms around here. Now back to these little tires here. They're on kind of like a little like double hinge here, and I find you can kind of just put them back like that, but I find if you kind of like double them over here, they're a little stiff. Just kind of do it like that. That'll kind of just get them out of the way, or be able to store them on his back a little bit better. Let's get his arm out of the way here. Kind of just double those on over like that. And let's straighten out his arm like that. And you can kind of just rotate those little scoops or points in the front, just rotate them around so they're kind of out of the way, like so. And then this little part here, you just kind of bend down like that, and then just a matter of popping out his little fists here, like that, like that. We'll kind of rotate those, and there you go. You have him now in his robot mode. Let's just kind of rotate his arms. So there he is. Pretty good looking robot mode, I think. Let's kind of zoom in here and take a look at him some more. We're up close. And let's get a little closer. There you go. As you can see there, he's got the sort of traditional Soundwave head sculpt. I think his head's a little on the small side, but it's not too bad. There's his shoulders there. His shoulders here kind of remind me of the, I think it was the Cybertron series Soundwave a little bit there. Let's just kind of work our way on down. There's his chest again with the Decepticon symbol on it. Obviously a callback to the G1 version of him. And just kind of go on down. Let's go out a bit. There is some more of those little purple accents like I was talking about. Doesn't have too many of them. You'll notice here his feet are kind of long and broad. I I think that's a good thing. It helps them stand really well. Oh yeah, and one little thing I forgot to do is flip up his little heels here in the back. Those are supposed to go up like that. But yeah. So yeah, those feet do help him stand pretty well. He's pretty stable as a figure. Mine is a little loose in the leg joint still a little bit. So it's not bad though. It's just it just feels a little loose. Mainly right here in these parts that rotate, and then this leg's a little loose here in the ball joint. But yeah, it does stand pretty well. Now we'll talk about that little storage gimmick here on his chest. And basically you can just kind of rotate this down. You got to kind of flip this up like that, and now you can rotate it down. It allows it to open all the way. And basically how you store these is you just fold them up. At least this one, you want to push this in. And then you can just stick them in like that with the little post sticking out, and it kind of locks into this little groove here for that post, like so. And that allows you to store his weapons in there like that. Now, I do wish they didn't paint the back side of that weapon silver, because it kind of sticks out there on his chest plate, because it is a clear plastic. I wish they would have just painted it blue. So maybe if you don't really like that, you can paint over it blue with some little model paint or something like that. I think it would have blended in better. To me, it kind of stands out a little bit too much there. Articulation on this guy is pretty good. He's pretty decent as far as posability goes. You can rotate his head around 360, I believe. Yep. It doesn't look up and down though, so that's a little bit of a downside. It's not on a ball joint. His shoulders are on ball joints. You can pivot up and down here at the upper shoulder, rotate here like at the elbow joint, bend at the elbow. The little fists here can kind of rotate around and go up and down a little bit because of the transformation. There is no waist rotation, but the hips are ball jointed. You can rotate here, upper thigh, bend at the knee, and the feet are on like ball joints, and they can move around pretty much like a typical ball joint. So yeah, it's a pretty good range of motion there, so you should be able to get some decent poses out of them. Let's just kind of pan out there a bit. Quickly, let's bring in War for Cybertron Optimus Prime and just kind of get a sense of the size of them. Again, these are both deluxe class figures. So you can see there he's almost the same size as Prime, maybe slightly taller even. But yeah, so that's a little quick size comparison. So all in all, I'd say this is a pretty good figure, especially for deluxe class. It's Soundwave. It's got a lot of features and characteristics of the original G1 Soundwave. The articulation's pretty good. It doesn't have the cassettes or anything like that, but it doesn't really need them. And he turns it to a card. The alt mode's pretty decent. You can store the weapons. So I'd say all in all, it's a good figure. Pick it up. It should be hitting the stores now. So that's my review on Generations Soundwave.